What if I told you that thousands of Americans are leaving hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars per year on the table with their Social Security? Not because they didn't work hard enough, but because nobody ever showed them the strategy. Here's the truth most people don't know. Social Security is not just a number that gets assigned to you. It's a system. And like any system, if you understand the rules, you can use them to your advantage. My name is Shonda Prescott, and welcome to Retirement Security Simplified, the channel where we break down complicated retirement strategies into clear, simple steps you can actually use. Today, I'm going to show you 4 specific strategies that can legally increase what Social Security pays you. And not one of them requires you to stay at your job a single day longer than you planned. So if you're between 55 and 70, if you have a 401k or IRA you're planning to roll over, or if you just want to make sure you're getting every dollar you've earned, stay with me because this video was made for you. Before we get into the strategies, let me quickly explain why most people don't get the Social Security benefit they deserve. Because once you understand the problem, the solutions make perfect sense. Here's how the Social Security Administration calculates your monthly benefit. They look at your entire earnings history and pull out your highest 35 years of income. Then they run those numbers through a formula to come up with what's called your primary insurance amount, or your PIA. That's your baseline benefit. Now here's where most people get hurt without even realizing it. If you worked fewer than 35 years, or if you had years where you earned very little, the Social Security Administration fills in those missing years with a 0. And those zeros get averaged in with your good earning years. That pulls your average down. And when your average goes down, your monthly benefit goes down with it. To put a real number on it, just 2 or 3 zero income years can quietly reduce your monthly Social Security check by $50 to $150 or more. Over a 20-year retirement, that adds up to anywhere from $12,000 to $36,000 in lost income. Now, you might be thinking, I can't go back and change my work history. And you're right. But what you can do is use the 4 strategies I'm about to share to offset the impact and maximize the benefit you do qualify for. Let's get into it. Strategy number 1 is the most powerful lever available to almost every person watching this video. And that is simply delaying when you claim your Social Security benefit. Now, I want to be clear about something because this is where a lot of people get confused. Delaying your claim is not the same as working longer. You can stop working completely, retire, rest, travel, spend time with your grandkids, and still delay when you turn on your Social Security check. Those are 2 completely separate decisions. Here's why delaying is so powerful. The Social Security Administration increases your benefit by approximately 8% for every year you delay past your full retirement age, up to age 70. Your full retirement age, if you were born in 1960 or later, is 67. Let me give you a real-world illustration. Let's say your benefit at full retirement age of 67 is $2,000 a month. If you claim at 62, the earliest possible age, the benefit gets permanently reduced to around $1,400 a month. That's a 30% haircut, and it's permanent. But if you wait until age 70, that same $2,000 benefit grows to approximately $2,480 a month. That's 24% more than your full retirement age benefit every single month for the rest of your life. Now, the question I hear all the time is, that sounds great, but how do I pay my bills if I'm not working and not collecting Social Security? That is exactly the right question. And the answer is what we call a bridge strategy. A bridge strategy means you use another income source, whether that's savings, a part time side income, or a guaranteed income vehicle like a fixed indexed annuity with an income rider to cover your living expenses while you let your Social Security grow. We'll talk more about how that works in just a moment, but understand this. The decision of when to claim Social Security is one of the most impactful financial decisions you will ever make. And most people make it by default, not by design. Strategy number two is especially important for married couples, and it's one that can have a massive impact on your household income, not just today, but for the rest of your lives. It's called spousal benefit coordination. And here's the core idea. In a married household, you don't just have two Social Security benefits to think about. You have to think about what happens when one of you passes away. Because when that happens, the surviving spouse keeps the larger of the two checks, and the smaller one goes away forever. That means if both spouses claim early and lock in reduced benefits, the surviving spouse could be stuck on a much lower income for potentially 10, 15, even 20 years of widowhood. Here's a smarter approach that retirement planners use. The higher earner delays claiming as long as possible, ideally to age 70, to lock in the highest possible benefit. That's the number that becomes the survivor benefit. Meanwhile, the lower earner may claim earlier to bring some income into the household while the higher earner's benefit is still growing. This one coordinated strategy can be worth tens of thousands of dollars in lifetime income, specifically for the surviving spouse. And here's something even more powerful for couples where one spouse has little or no work history. A non-working spouse or a spouse with very low earnings record may still qualify for up to 50% of their partner's full retirement age benefit, even if they never paid a dime into Social Security themselves. That is a significant benefit that a lot of people don't even know exists. Let me give you the mistake I see over and over. Both spouses claim at 62 because they think we'll get more money overall. But when you run the numbers over a 20 plus year retirement, especially factoring in the survivor benefit, claiming early as a couple can cost you $100,000 or more in lifetime household income. All right, strategy number three is one that surprises a lot of people because it's actually a do-over option that the Social Security Administration offers, and almost nobody knows it exists. Let me speak directly to anyone who already claims Social Security and now wishes they had waited. Maybe you claimed at 62 or 63 because you needed the income or because someone told you to, but now your situation has changed. Maybe you went back to work, maybe you got an inheritance, maybe you just learned more about how the system works and you wish you had waited. Here's what the Social Security Administration offers. Option 1. Withdraw your application. If you claimed Social Security within the last 12 months, you may be able to withdraw your application entirely. You'd repay the benefits you've already received with no interest, and your record resets as if you never claimed. Then you can reapply later at a higher benefit. This is essentially a full restart and is only available once in your lifetime. Option 2. Voluntary suspension. If you already passed that 12-month window and you've reached your full retirement age, you can request a voluntary suspension of your benefit. You stop receiving checks, and for every month your benefit is suspended, you earn delayed retirement credits at that 8% annual rate, right up until age 70. Now, I want to be straightforward with you. This strategy doesn't work for everyone. You need another income source to cover your expenses during the suspension period. And it requires a clear break even analysis to confirm that delaying actually benefits you, given your health, your age, and your financial picture. But here's what I want you to take away from this. If you claimed early and feel like the window is closed, it may not have. There are options, and you deserve to know about them. This is exactly the kind of strategy that the Social Security Administration won't call you to tell you about. That's why having someone in your corner who specializes in retirement income planning matters. Strategy number 4 is one that even financially savvy people often overlook. And it doesn't increase your gross Social Security benefit directly, but what it does is help you keep more of every dollar that Social Security pays you. And in retirement, that's just as powerful. Here's the situation. Many retirees are shocked to find out that their Social Security benefit can be taxed. Up to 85% of your Social Security income may be subject to federal income tax, depending on your total income picture. The formula the IRS uses to determine this is based on something called your provisional income. Provisional income equals adjusted gross income plus tax exempt interest plus 50% of your Social Security benefit. If your provisional income exceeds certain thresholds, $25,000 for single filers, $32,000 for married couples filing jointly, a portion of your Social Security becomes taxable. And once you cross $34,000 as a single filer or $44,000 as a married couple, up to 85% of your benefit is taxed. That means the government is quietly taking back a portion of the income you spent decades earning. So how do you reduce your provisional income without reducing your lifestyle? Here are the 3 strategies we use. Number 1, Roth conversions. If you convert traditional IRA or 401k money to a Roth before you retire or before your required minimum distributions, also known as RMDs, kick in, that future income becomes completely tax-free. Roth withdrawals do not count toward provisional income, so you can take income in retirement without triggering Social Security taxes. Number 2, qualified charitable distributions, or QCDs. If you're 70 and a half or older and you give to charity, you may be able to donate directly from your IRA up to $105,000 per year and have that money never show up in your taxable income at all. This reduces your adjusted gross income and therefore your provisional income. Number 3, tax deferred accumulation in a fixed indexed annuity. During the accumulation phase, before you turn on income, the growth inside a fixed indexed annuity is completely tax deferred. That means it doesn't show up as income. It doesn't add to your provisional income, and it doesn't push more of your Social Security into a taxable category. To be clear, I always recommend working with a tax professional when implementing these strategies because everyone's situation is different. But understanding the connection between your income sources and your Social Security tax exposure is foundational to a well-built retirement income plan. Now, let me show you how all 4 of these strategies work together. Because in my experience, it's the combination that creates the real transformation in someone's retirement income plan. Think of your retirement income like a house. Social Security is your foundation. It's guaranteed. It's inflation adjusted. It lasts for life. But a foundation alone isn't a house. You need walls, a roof, and everything else. The goal is to build what we call an income floor, a base layer of guaranteed lifetime income that covers your essential expenses no matter what the market does. no matter how long you live. Here's what that looks like in practice. Delay Social Security to 70. Lock in the highest possible guaranteed benefit. Use a fixed indexed annuity as a bridge to generate guaranteed income while you wait on Social Security without touching your portfolio. Coordinate spousal benefits to protect the surviving spouse's income for life. Execute Roth conversions now. Reduce future taxable income and protect your Social Security from taxation. A fixed index annuity with income rider is particularly valuable in this framework because it gives you two things retirees need most: protection from market loss and guaranteed lifetime income you can turn on when you're ready. It bridges the gap, it protects the portfolio, and it makes Social Security financially possible, even for people who can't afford to just sit and wait. When these pieces work together, you're not just getting more from Social Security, you're building a retirement that's designed to last, with income you can count on regardless of what happens in the economy. Let me bring it home for you. Today, we covered 4 strategies to increase your Social Security without working one extra day. Strategy 1: delay your claim and let that 8% annual growth work in your favor. Strategy 2: coordinate spousal benefits to protect your household income and especially your survivor benefit. Strategy 3: know your do-over options. Voluntary suspension and application withdrawal are real tools that most people never hear about. Strategy 4: reduce your provisional income so you keep more of the benefit you've earned instead of handing it back to the IRS. And when you layer all 4 of these strategies on top of a guaranteed income floor, built with Social Security plus a fixed indexed annuity, you create a retirement that is protected, predictable, and built to last. Because you made it this far, you might be interested in the free booklet called Maximize Social Security Income. There's a link to a website to grab your copy in the description box below. And if this video helped you today, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, and share this with someone who's getting close to retirement. They need to hear this too. This is Retirement Security Simplified, where we specialize in turning confusion into confidence, one conversation at a time.